Video walkthrough of the 373 MBRB. Coming through the front main door. As soon as you come up the steps, you're faced with the middle pull-out bunkhouse. It's approximately 6 foot wide and let's see, maybe 10 foot deep, a little less, something like that. Got a bunch of storage. Let's see if I can zoom. Bunch of storage up top and shelves. There used to be a bunk bed in here. It did not fit our needs, so we took it out. So we had this was a baby's room. We had a crib in here, but anyway. So that was coming in the front door. If you come in the front door, go immediately right. There is steps coming up. You got the main control panel here. This, I don't have any power hooked up at the moment. I've got the battery off and everything. But this is the auto leveler control panel, whatever. And then you've got all your tanks, or excuse me, all your water heater controls. You can go electric or gas water heater. I've never used the gas part on the water heater. I've always just had it hooked to electric. Got the water pump for when you're not hooked into city water. So it adds pressure to your system. Got the porch lights. Scare lights. I'm not really sure what the scare lights are. Never could figure that out. I don't know. The porch lights are for the LED strip above the awning that comes out the front. The existing strip is blown. We have a new strip that is going to come with it. We just didn't replace it. We had the around the outside also has a bunch of solar motion sensor lights, and we never had the need for the LED strip. Anyway, up here is all of your battery and tank. Let's see. Yeah, I've got the batteries off. Check your battery status, freshwater storage status. It'll tell you, these lights, they'll light up on how full it is or whatever. Black tank 1, black tank 2, gray tank 1, gray tank 2, auxiliary gray tank. There's 3 gray tanks and 2 black tanks. The black tank 1 is for the toilet up front in the gooseneck area, and the black tank is for the other black tanks back there. Up the steps here immediately, you have a toilet, foot pedal flush. It's pretty standard. Shower. This dome adds about another, it's hard to tell on the camera, it adds about another 6 inches for head height. It's pretty good. I'm 6'2", and I was able to shower in there pretty regularly. Sliding doors all work. Even has this loop to latch for traveling so that they don't slide around and break. Here's your sink. Pretty standard sink. It's got everything a sink needs. In the mirror, it's got a little storage area there for your hygiene items. It's got 12-volt lights in here, but it also has the other lights for when you're hooked like into big main power. Yeah, I don't know the difference. Anyway. This is all basically one giant wardrobe. Could be used as needed. This whole gray piece here is a slide out. So when it's slid in, this all comes into the bathroom within a few inches of this door. So we always considered this area bathroom storage. We would keep our towels and hair dryers and washcloths and hairbrushes and all your bathroom storage needs in there. This is the main bedroom, so you can come in, from the bathroom connects to the main bedroom, but also from this hallway connects to the main bedroom. Queen size bed, little night table there. This fan is mounted, so it's very nice. It's got two little reading lights under there, a bunch of storage above. A little closet, I guess is what you'd call it. But this whole thing here is like closet space. It's got a rail, all that. Pull out drawers. Everything works nice. The bathroom door slides shut so that, you know, doesn't bother you. Paint's a little rough. We got to do some touch up from where we moved out of the camper and scratched it in a few places. Come back down the stairs. Here's your main living area. Sorry, we got a little bit of a mess where we've been cleaning and touch up, paint and stuff. Getting prepared to sell it. But in your main living area, you have your thermostat. It controls 2 zones. You have a zone 1 and a zone 2. The other zone is up there. It controls it. The bedroom has its own air conditioner supply. The master does. This one controls everything that's down here. Got all your light switches and stuff. Got an outlet. Got pretty good storage in the kitchen. Got a pantry here. Pretty good sized pantry here. Goes on back. Pretty good. There. Goes on back. Little sliding shelf there. We took these doors off here because that's just what we preferred. We preferred just to have these as drawers. We have the extra doors. Can be put back on as needed. When you're traveling, this whole section here is a pull-out, one pull-out. So when you travel, the fridge comes all the way to about an inch or 2 from this counter. So these drawers are never an issue when traveling. And the fridge has locks. The bottom one must have popped off. It's just little child locks you pick up at Walmart. But this is a full residential size refrigerator. Nice and clean. Nothing wrong with it. Works perfectly fine. No ice maker, but just because there's no water hookup ran to it. Nice full size residential microwave. The typical camper stove. Has a glass top that can be folded back. 3-burner stove. Everything works properly. It's got, you know, igniters. It's all gas. Everything's gas. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess. Needs to be cleaned. But yeah, gas oven. Nice sink area. Nice sink storage area for cleaning supplies and so on. The sink has these covers here, but they come off. You know, stow them away down here or wherever you want to stow them. But you know, if you're entertaining or whatever and you want to put stuff on the counter, this gives you full counter access at that point. Nice fireplace. It works pretty good, especially in the wintertime to help keep the chill off. This thing has a gas furnace, and the gas furnace, the heat comes through the floor in vents. Works pretty well. When it was getting down to close to 10 degrees or so at night here in Tennessee in the harshest parts of the winter, we were going through about 2 tanks per week to keep this thing comfortable. It's not terrible. It's like $36 a week for gas. You know, it was the 2 20-pound bottles, so it's like $15 something to fill them up, and we go through 2 of them a week. So pretty decent, I thought. But the electric heater helps for sure keep the chill out of the air and keep the gas from running as much. Got the throughout radio. Is that a CD player? Yeah, we never used it. But Bluetooth to your phone. You can blare music outside, inside. It's got several zones for speakers, like outside speakers, front, back speakers, whatever. They're all wired into the ceiling. We were able to fit a 50-inch, I believe is what it was, a 50-inch TV back here mounted to the wall. We took it off and patched the wall up, of course, but nice storage for any movies, games, whatever. We had a table here. It was just a little pop-up table. Nothing, to my knowledge, has ever been mounted in there, but I don't know. We also at one point had a couch in there, so we had a couch here and a couch here for, multiple sitting areas. We lived in this thing for about 10 months, full time, stationary. This is the bunkhouse. It's the rear bunkhouse. So the first bunkhouse was up here walking in the door. This is the rear bunkhouse. It's got a custom mattress because it's as wide as a twin, but slightly shorter than a twin. I'm 6'2" and I can get up there and sleep okay, but it scares me. I feel like I'm going to blow the window out. Definitely what I would consider a kid's sleeping area. But could potentially, I guess, put another mattress under there, like a bunk. We had a TV mounted here as well. Nice little, I think it was a 32-inch children's TV. It's got all these in here for cable antenna stuff. There's an antenna on the roof. Never used it. Don't know if they work. Know nothing about them. I'm sure it's all wired in, so I'm sure it all works. But I don't know anything about it. I just use Netflix. Nice storage and dresser. Everything works as it should. All the drawers pull out nicely. All the windows are very nice windows that have no issues. We mounted this here. We had a fan. I didn't want to take it back off because it's just, I didn't want to mess with it, but that was just so we could hook that fan hangs on that wall, and then we just had it run down to the cable. Here is the second bathroom. The MBRB has 2 bathrooms, one up front on the gooseneck area near the master bedroom, this one in the rear. Fully functional toilet. When I first got the camper, this flusher needed replaced. Went to flush it one night and the whole thing blew off of it. I guess bad toilet. So this whole base is brand new within a year and a half. So I mean, not terribly brand new, but anyway, I put a valve back here because it did not have a valve there whenever the toilet broke. So now you're able to actually turn this toilet off if you don't want to use it. But anyway, it works, functions properly. Typically over here is a bathtub in the MBRB. It's another shower area with a sink and so on. We removed it and built this little built-in. It's a little harsh looking, but it's very functional. These hoses are for the flush valves on the outside, or the flush hoses on the outside. That's just how they were ran. Had to work with it being there so you can flush your tanks. But this is now a washer and dryer area. This is old. Actually, I think that's from the old sink. I left this here with the pipe because potentially we were going to build another small trough-like sink. Just never got around to it. Can be capped, can be left alone, whatever. We had a washer dryer combo sitting here, and this is the washer dryer hookups for that. I had to cut the wall and redo a lot of piping, built up the ledge a little bit, and all the plumbing is done correctly so that there's never any issues. If you are running a washer dryer, you have to be hooked up to somewhere that you're dumping because the tank fills up quickly. You can't boondock and do laundry unless you just leave the gray tank open and let your laundry water flush out onto the ground because your tank gets full really quick. So we were hooked into a septic system and we left the gray tank open and it would just flow into the septic system like you would on a standard house. Got a little laundry hanging area. A vent up here that works. Oh, crap, I've got the power off. Sorry. Anyway, what we would typically do, shut the door when you're doing laundry because there's no dryer vent hookup. It was the vent into the same room type dryer vent. And we would turn this fan on, shut this door and turn this fan on, and that would allow it to pull the hot air out of this room. In the winter, you can leave the door open and it helps helps heat the place. But that's it. And then outside there is the kitchen area. Oh. It's just a nice kitchen area. We've never used it. Still has its plastic over here. I think it's a gas grill. Yeah, I've never used it. I used it for storage in here mainly. Little mini fridge that works properly. I think it needs cleaned. I might have a few beers in here. Yeah, it needs cleaned, but it works properly. Some storage. Storage up top was there when I bought this camper. It's not really great, but it works. Better than not having, it's better than having wasted space up there. Under here in the basement, that's what we call it. You got this little separator board here. It's behind it. That's where you have your furnace. You have the off and the reset, and you can get in there and mess with there's a sail switch in there on these things that you sometimes have to mess with in the winter time, just depending on if you have animals or not and how dusty it is. But it's got all your plumbing back here and everything. That just kind of sits there. I don't know. I haven't found any good way of securing that, but this is where we keep we've got 100 foot of 50 amp hose. We have another, I think that one's a 25 or a 50 foot 50 amp hose. We've got our portable septic tank dumper, little extra insulation we put on the windows and stuff in the winter. That blue pipe is a heated water supply hose, but we have a TV hookup outside with speakers and cable TV hookups there. One propane tank hookups in here, holds the tank there. The other one is here, so it holds two 20-pound bottles. Here's the other side of the basement. Like I said, this is our heated water supply. It's got a heat trace built into it. Here's your manual levelers and the auto level button there. This just does everything you need to hook and unhook and level your camper. Over here's all your water settings. Oh, my handle. But you have body waste and gray waste. It's your black tank, gray tanks, and your water heater bypass. You can choose to have a filter here. We never put a filter there. We always were on city water hookups, and we put a filter here first. So when our water came up, it went into a filter and then into there. So we never had to make need of this. Here's all your water system hookups. Tells you how to do it. Outdoor shower, so on. I had it off for the winter time so it wouldn't freeze. We got outlets under here, so it's real convenient for our heated water hose to be put into our city hookup and plugged in the same area. Always had a little work light in here if I was messing with it at night. Forgot to dump the tanks in the daytime, so I'd have to come out here at night and dump them. That's always fun. Right here's access to your water heater. It's your pilot light and stuff for gas. Again, I never used the gas part. I always had it hooked up to electric, so I don't know anything about it. But there's your blow-off valve there, and the little, what's that, like an anode or whatever they call that there for collect all the sediment, debris, and whatnot. There's one of many of the solar lights. Here's that. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 slide outs on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's the 1 slide on the other side, so 5 total. This is a little ugly, needs to be cleaned up. From the residential refrigerator inside, because it's not camper hookup and it's not gas powered, it didn't need the vents. And the previous owner who had it before me, he just filled it with foam and it got ugly. Could possibly need redone or just covered. It's just ugly, but it's there. The ladder for the roof access, it's pretty self-explanatory. All the lights work. There's that slide out there on this side. It's the only one on this side. The canopy, it comes out pretty good ways. Again, I don't have power hooked up at the moment, so I can't pull it out, but it comes on out. That's it. 373 MBRB. Oh, hang on. We have this here as an adapter. It is a 5th wheel trailer, so it's got the little puck. I have a gooseneck truck. So this is a gooseneck adapter for a 5th wheel. So I can hook into my 2500 truck with with the 5th wheel. So I don't have to have the big plate in the bed of my truck. I just hook that into the ball. Here's information as needed. 41.9 feet, so basically 42 foot, 2019. Let's see. Some of the stickers are peeling where it's just the sun, but it does have the weather shield on it. Underneath, all of that, it's hard to tell. It's all insulated under there so that in the wintertime your pipes don't freeze. That's it.